record now. Hi everyone, hope you guys are doing well. We have James, we have R, we have Arwin, long time, we have Ann, we have Arpan, we have Balas, we have Bobby, nice, we have Clans as well, we have Davey, we have Donna, we have Eric. Hi Eric, how you doing? Also, we have Evie, we have Hachi, we have Jay, we have Jane, we have Kay, we have Lakshama, Louis, Millie, Michelle, Mills, Nas, Olu, Oren. I think you were in Canary Wharf just now. Pat, we have Patrick, Resh, Rupa, Sen and Vish. Awesome. Cool. So let's have a look. Now I'm gonna share my screen for a long time to tell you what's exactly going on right now. I'm actually in an airport, so just in Japan at the moment. I'm going back in London, going back to London soon. But anyway, let's get straight to it now. So um today we talk about what happened to the whole markets right now. Last week when we talk about it, it was around Tuesday, 17th of February. Today is like end of the month now, just around there. So yep, there's a pullback. And today, if you look through market screener, for example, in terms of the news, you can see that some things are going on, like Iran is sort of like having a deal going on with Trump, just saying it only. Let's have a look. So the oil, yeah, the oil was closing a little bit lower because Iran is an oil company. So when this we are in a war with Iran, usually what's gonna happen is when we are with war with Iran, what's going to happen is, the oil prices is going to go up because we might sanction the oil. So hence 2 weeks ago, we recommend students to like short, like this, like, sorry, buy Horton. This is the building company, Lena, buying real estate company and shorting GBP US dollar and then buying Occidental Petroleums as well. So that's kind of what happened. And yeah, so and the trades has been doing okay. Um, so if I go to finviz.com, so you can kind of see what's happened. So let's have a look. Go to chart. Ooh, what's going on? Anyway, let's go to like maps. Let's see. So yeah, in the past 7 days time, let's have a look what's going on in the past 2 weeks or 7 days. Let's click on that. This is today, by the way. Yep, Apple has been doing quite okay. And industrial, a lot of walls, things like that. Utilities. We talk about buying utilities ETFs, because of AI coming in. So utility ETFs is one of those things you can hold quite a long time because AI requires energy and utilities is energy. Yeah. Energy is more important than AI in some circumstances. So that's kind of what's happened there. So we recommended real estate and energy. So if I show you 2 weeks ago, 1 week, let's see what's going on. So yeah, energy because of the war and stuff like that has been doing quite okay. Real estate is probably still quite similar. We're still waiting for the interest rate to kind of drop. Financial sector has been doing quite badly in the first 1 week time. We talk about because Trump trying to cap the interest rate at 10% as well. So that's kind of what happened there. The rest are doing quite okay there. Cool. So now let's talk about what is it to look for right now and what happens as well. Last week we also talked about some trades as well. We asked you to plot this Hershey company, plot this General Mill, plot these checks, just to see if the guidance has dropped big time or not. Okay. So once you plot it, if you think that they have this never happened before, you could have short it. Yeah. If it's never happened before. So 70 million to 60 million, that's not too big. But the Rapid 7 was quite big. We say short because EPS dropped 30%. Company expect EPS 1.5. EPS dropped 30%. So it used to be like 1.96. It used to be quite big. And then it drops to around 1.5. So the drop is 30%. Usually we want 10%. But just remember and write it down. The bigger the change in the guidance, the bigger the guidance that you see, the more money you're gonna make. Okay, the more likely it's gonna come to the to the direction that you want. Yeah, and Meituans as well. It was what happened? How many percent is that? 35 to 23, a little bit. Yeah, it was around 30%. So this is a China company. So yeah, So yeah, later on as well, you're gonna tell me which stocks went up more than, 100%, more than 50% in terms of that recent guidance, or which stocks come down more than 50%, 100% of their recent guidance as well. So let's have a look. So like Rapid 7, for example, we asked students to show kind of last Tuesdays as well. Let's see. Cool. So yeah, so there was kind of what happened. Lots of students already did it way before because the guidance came out way before. So yeah, so if you do it like Tuesday like that, Wednesday, let's say you get on Wednesday, things have been coming down quite nicely as well. Even today it was down as well. Yeah, because the guidance was actually quite big for these particular stocks. Again, the drop in the guidance was quite big. Yes, it was dropped around 30% as well. Meituan, you have to plot the graphs as well to see if it is huge. Let's see if I can find it. So this is another stocks as well. Yep, this kept coming back down kind of like that as well. Okay. Cool. So that's kind of what happened there. Just to so we in terms of some of the stocks that a lot of students already done it as well. We recommended Occidental Petroleum used to be up just 3K, DR Horton and GBP US dollar. And then a week after, 2 weeks after, you can see Occidental Petroleum was up quite big now, around 65. The rest was coming back to very similar situations. GBP was up around 7K, just right there. What's going on with GBP US dollar? You have to check the seasonality to see kind of what happened. We also talk about this. It would be nice if it comes back up again, then you can start shorting it. Normally, it wouldn't go like a rocket. It went up a little bit before it start coming back down. Yeah. Check the equity clock, our website, just to really see what what exactly happened. Cool. Some people talk about cattle as well. Let's see what's going on with cattle. Um, some students own cattle as well. If you bought it when we asked you to bought recently, you're probably in the profit a little bit. Closing it at the profit is fine, but let's have a look properly. Let's see. Live cow. Let's see what's going on with this guy. Um, so usually. Okay, so this one though, usually you will hold it till the first week of the March, come something like that. Yeah, probably next Tuesday. Really see if it comes down even more, and then you probably call it a day on that, and then it's gonna come down massively in July like that. So, like I think it's a bit tricky in the sense where Trump really wants it to come down, and he imported a lot more beefs from Argentina, etc., thinking that it's gonna come down even bigger. And what happened here is that because they flip the chart of the pyramid, they want people to eat real food, etc. So yeah, so it's been coming down. But a lot of you should have closed in the profits as well. Anyone closing the profits for live cattle? Type in the chat box if you close it on a closing the profits for live cattle. Yeah, yeah, so some students did get to close it as well. So quite nice there. But yeah, you probably can close at end of March. Sorry, where is it? March, February. Yeah, end of February, first week of kind of March there. Okay. So really watch this really carefully, or watch a big spike of a volume spike. Usually a big spike of volume is a sign for reversal. We talked about it before. You can see it went up nicely, and then a big spike of volume, especially here on an hourly chart. Let's see if there's anything going on there. So it just went up like that. You coming back down, a big spike of volume. You went up. Yep, just it can continue to come down a little bit, but as long as you see a big spike of volume that is on the level of 4,800, write it down. If you see a big spike of volume of 4,800, then you cannot short it anymore. Yeah, a huge group of buyers are coming in there. Okay, cool. So if you hold it already, you should see some profits, or just wait for a few days. You're probably gonna see some profits later on. try to close here at the profits. We're gonna make some proper money um at the extreme fear times as well. So let's have a look. So that's kind of what happened. In the past 2 days, markets been coming down, and then today maybe there's a deal, maybe there's no deal, but we at a support line here. So that's kind of what happened here at this kind of moment in time. So let's have a look a little bit in terms of our strategies to see exactly what happened. Let's have a look. I'm just gonna click on that. Let's have a look. I'm just gonna click on that, and I'm gonna click on that. I'm gonna click on that. I'm gonna click on crypto. Crypto, if it comes out to less than 55K, I probably think it's gonna happen in end of March. Then we definitely want to buy something. Yeah, whether it's stocks, whether it's crypto, buying something is nice as well. Just end of March, just there. Market valuation. Let's have a look. US credit spread. Just gonna open all of this and just look at seasonality real quick here. Seasonality will just be there. Apologize for the background. Anyway, so this is February time. So you can see usually there's a pullback going on starting from the middle of February till like middle of March here. So which is kind of like what happened there. You can see February here, 11th of February. So it's supposed to come back down. Hi Theo, how have you? So it's coming, thinking it's gonna come down a little bit just there as well. Yeah. And where am I? So that's for that. Let's see. Okay. Wow, put in core ratio is getting higher and higher. Okay, cool. So I still think let's have a look at oil prices. Occidental petroleum is very different compared to oil. I mean, it's very similar compared to oil. If oil prices comes up, Occidental Petroleum, a lot of oil energy stocks, Chevron, whatever that is gonna do well. If the oil comes down, those things is gonna come down. So oil also has the seasons as well. Let's look at oil season real quick here. Let's type oil. Let's see what usually happened there. Let's have a look. Oil, US gas and oil. Okay, so look, this is oil. So oil usually January to May, they normally do quite okay. Let's do a proper oil thing. What oil? Let's type crude oil, US crude oil. But Trump really wants the price of oil to come down. Okay, yeah, this is it. So January till June, oil usually comes down. So if you haven't bought Occidental Petroleum or you want to borrow some energy ETFs, you can. Wait for the pullback. You can see there's a pullback in March time, so it's gonna going up. This is the pullback, and you can get some oil, and going up to kind of June time, and then you don't want to hold it anymore till June. So you say January, February, March doing well. Let's see if it is true. So you can see this is kind of January time. Where's January? Yep, January time, just quite spot on here. So you see, June time's been coming down. Wow, never seen anything like that. It's like a magic. Look, June time, all has been coming down really, really nicely. And then January time's been going up really nicely. And who could have told you so? Using our powerful strategy, you can see June usually came down, and then January usually went up like that. Okay, so let's see what happened January last time. Last time January, because Trump inflation, he really wants to come down. So last time April, May, that's kind of the bottom extreme fear there, and then went up like that. Okay, really interesting. So yeah, so it might be it's gonna go up a little bit more till May, June time, and then it's come back really nicely. However, when it reaches extreme fear later on, when we have a better opportunities, we will buy some other stocks. Yes, when there's a better opportunity, we will buy high growth stocks that's growing up big time. Yeah. Um, recently, okay, let me show you world PE ratio real quick. So you can see Some stocks has been getting, let's see. So the PE ratio, overvalue, expensive for Brazil. Let's see what is the cheap one. So Philippines, we have China is quite fair. Indonesia was quite fair. If I show you 2 months ago, it's gonna have a very different answer. How do I show you 2 months ago of this? Because this is right now. So that means Brazil was a bit overvalued. The fair one is a bit of China, but China, a lot of wars are going on there. Um, Let me just show you. United States, one of the most expensive ones. Overvalue, expensive, expensive. The P was quite high. India was quite high already. Usually Korea and United Kingdom, they used to be cheap. Korea especially used to be cheap. But this year, Korea has been going crazily high. Yeah. The growth rate of Korea, the guidance of Korea has been going high big time. Korea went up around 20% this year already. And that's kind of what happened there. So when you buy emerging markets, you are buying like China in emerging market, you're buying at Brazil and stuff like that. Okay. Now the reason why so if I show you South Korea, for example, so you can see it. Emerging markets, for example, you will see some emerging markets has been, while S&P 500 has been doing nothing for the whole year, you will see that this guy, emerging markets, has actually been secretly going up like that. Okay, that's emerging markets been going up like that. Korea, for example, even Japan, for example, when the stocks are not moving nowhere, a lot of these emerging markets has been going like that. You know, it's been going up like that. This is since January time. While S&P 500 is while S&P 500 has been stuck. If I show you Brazil, for example, the cheap one, Brazil, January time, it's been going up like that as well. What about FTSE 100? The UK. So UK has been okay around there as well. And then if I show you FTSE 250, this is the UK. This is a proper UK. The FTSE 100 is not really a proper UK. FTSE 100 is mainly made out of oil and gas. And oil and gas in January to March to June, they usually do well anyway. So don't take that into like too big in terms of your consideration a little bit. So that's what happened. So basically a lot of Western world, UK, the US has been quite stagnant a little bit. Just show you the US one more time. And if SP 500 a little bit. But I don't think this is a long-term trend and stuff like that. This is just what happened kind of recently. Yeah, so that's kind of what happened because oil and gas has been doing quite well. So a lot of countries has focused on oil and gas that's been doing quite well. Let me show you other countries. If I show you South Korea, for example, they have a patterns as well, guys. So in terms of the pattern, so South Korea, let's see, FTSE, okay. That's okay. So usually it's went up, very similar to SP 500s as well. If I show you Japan, for example, let's see what's gonna happen. So Japan was also like that as well. Okay. Because Korea are very Samsung, they're focused a lot on semiconductors. And semiconductors has been a very hot topic. We've been taking a lot of semiconductors for AI and stuff like that. So South Korea, they are quite famous for that as well. So even Taiwan was doing quite well, you know. Sorry, Taiwan, the whole country, because we do take a lot of things from Taiwan and stuff like that. Before that, they were just going nowhere. Taiwan 2020-24 going nowhere. Korea 2020-24 going nowhere. Where is it? Yeah, they're just going nowhere for many, many years. It's not to say that it's good to invest, etc. You need to know the reason. So before that, they were just doing stagnant in the past 10, 20 years. No one makes money in South Korea. But because of AI, if you read the guidance, you will see that the guidance increased 100%, the guidance increased 200%. So it's been like a rocket recently. I'm going to tell you something. When the AI bubble bursts, for example, if there's an AI bubble, usually, even though technology is a real thing in 2000, technology bubble did burst as well. But we never know when, okay? It has to keep going so high, for it to happen. But anyway, so that's kind of happen. But when AI is no longer so real, this is gonna come back down again. Yeah, this is gonna come back down like that. So, and there's no need to chase things like that as well. Um, so yeah, I would rather getting into like something that is not so AI focused. I would say Brazil was quite nice. Okay. No one has anything to do with Brazil, but Brazil is quite nice because Brazil, they focus on metals. They focus on copper. Brazil, they focus on metals. They focus on copper. Okay. So, and why? Because of wars as etc. as well, wars, doing something. So that could be quite important. So during extreme field times as well, or during any of the situation for elite students, for example, adding some positions into some of these ETFs are absolutely kind of fine. Yeah, are absolutely kind of fine. And what currency do you hold if you buy this? You will buy in US dollar. Okay, Brazil ETFs, you will buy in US dollars as well. But don't do it now. Do it when it drop back a little bit. Yeah. I would say yeah, during extreme field time, we always buy stocks during extreme field time anyway. So that's kind of what happened. Yeah. So obviously when it crashes, when S&P 500 crash more than 10%, we will get into individual stocks. We will use our guidance, look for guidance that increase big time. Yeah, increased big time. Like what happened last week, Rapid 7, if you remember, it was down 30%, and the stocks continue to go down 30%, defying gravity like that beautifully. Yeah. So that's kind of what to pay attention for. But let's have a look some of these real quick to see if any smart people are investing in stuff like that. Look at charts. So if you see most people are selling trades at the moment, there's no crossing over the insider. Um Now the crypto is getting very interesting right now. So let me show you the seasonality of crypto just real quick. Cryptos keep crashing and crashing and crashing. Still, it's not really proper crashing, it's still quite okay. So let's have a look. We wouldn't ask you to go all in the crypto. Crypto is kind of like part of your portfolio. You understand? It's just part of your portfolio. Usually crypto, the season for crypto is kind of like end of March, just right there as well. So we're just gonna do something end of March there as well. Okay? Just during extreme field time there as well, which is okay. And yeah, we're gonna get into crypto that is being heated big time. That's been beaten big time there. Okay, so to make a little bit even more. We're probably gonna be use like 10%, 20% of your portfolio, etc. as well. We already asked a lot of our students to short it or to sell it right at the top of the crypto peak. Let me show you. Um, Yeah, just in extreme kind of like what's that, extreme greed time. You can see crypto usually peak in around November time. Okay, lots of students got out in November time. Even if you go out in like August and September was really quite good as well. That's usually where it peaks. November, November, this September. If you just join after September, I wouldn't have asked you to sell. I would just ask you to keep it. Yeah, but if you own it already, that's fine. That's fine. Eventually it's gonna take time. Eventually it's still gonna go higher, but it still take time. But yeah, it's much better to buy at a nicer price anyway. Okay. What will we get on? For our apprentices, we will get into like Ethereum, we'll get into like repos, etc. So you make a little bit more. We wouldn't go into lower than that. If you go into lower than that, it starts to get very, very dodgy and very, very scary. Yeah, we want you to be still, in a really, really nice situation. It depends on how much it crashed. I would say when crypto reaches around below 55, below 60, that's where we can start adding some there. Okay, you can use Coinbase, you can use like Binance if you have it. But we're gonna do it there. Just plant the seed into your brain first, just for apprentices. Anyway, so um that's kind of what to pay attention to at the moment. So let me show you what a lot of these traders have done in the past. Okay, on Data Roma, it's nice to reference what other people has been doing. Like Warren Buffett recently, what has been selling, Bill Gates, what has he been doing. Let's open all of this thing here. Bill Gates, who do you know? Bill Ackman, let's have a look. I don't really like Bill Ackman because he's not very powerful. Warren Buffett, let's have a look real quick. David Tepper, who else do we have? Chris, John, Leon, David, all of these people. Michael Burry, Guy Spear. I met Guy Spear quite a lot of times. He's a cool guy. He's one of Warren's students as well. So their portfolio will be very similar to Warren Buffett because their strategies are quite similar. One of the guys I quite like, is called Stan. Where is Stan? Where are you, Stan? Just to show you. Okay, it's not there. It's called Stanley Drunken Miller. A lot of our strategies are actually following a compilation of all of these hedge funds. I learn from them, I track them down, and not track them down, learn from them, persuade them, to mentor us and stuff like that. So let's look at his portfolio a little bit. Okay, let's look at this guy. So you can see in the quarter 4, which is last year in November, December time, 31st of December, it's always 3 months late, by the way. And Guy Spear, one of the hedge funds who own how much money? Let's look. This amount of money, mainly been reducing a lot of shares. Okay, he hasn't bought anything. This is Guy Spear. You probably see a picture of me with him. Warren's as well. He reduced Apple even more. This is in 31st of December. He reduced Bank of America. He bought some Chevron. He always owns some Chevron. I think he's losing money on Chevron. Let's see. He bought it at what price? Holding. Okay, so this is oil and gas. We talked about that a little bit just now. And let's look at this first one. Apple, American Express, Bank of America, he reduced it by 8%. Coca-Cola. Now we don't just follow like that. It's good to compare a little bit. You can see when he reduced position on Apple, Apple actually went up big time this year. Yeah, Apple went up big time this year. So we're just taking as a reference only. We're using our strategies, but it's nice to see what other people are doing. American Express, Bank of America, he's reducing by 8%. But Stanley Druckenmiller, for example, some other hedge funds are increasing Bank of America big time. But the reality is we should decrease it because Trump wants to keep the interest rate at 10%, remember? So the reducing is good. Coca-Cola, he doesn't do anything with it. Chevron adding, so go oil and gas, let's talk about, is quite nice. Moody's. Moody's is like kind of like a ratings company. Occidental Petroleum, he owned a lot of it as well. And he's been losing money big time owning this because he bought it, I think he bought it right at the top. Let me show you. He's been buying this he's been dollar cost averaging on this from the past 2 years. So he's been losing it. Let me show you Occidental Petroleum. So this stock you can see is actually whenever he's been holding it since 2024, 2022. He's been buying a lot of them, and the price has been coming down. And now it started to form a bottom just right here. Oil started to stop going down, and it started to go up a little bit there. Eventually, it will still go up to all-time high here. Okay, eventually, if the oil prices keeps going up, if Trump allows the oil prices to keep going up there, then it's probably going to continue to go up like that. Yeah. So we wouldn't be holding it like that forever. We'll be selling it in June if those who hold it already. Just remind me again, sell it in June because we look at seasonality just now. And then we buy it back a little bit cheaper. That would be nice. Let's have a look on this guy. So this is Stanley Drunken Miller. He's one of the students of George Soros, for those who do not know. George Soros, who's the guy who crashes pound sterling in 1990. And how did he crash the pound sterling? Sterling used to be tied to another currency, and then the other currency was just, and then pound was, and then UK was quite unstable at some point in 1990, and then we were trying to reduce the interest rate, but the pound was keep going higher and higher. So it was very unstable at that point because pound was key to another currency, and another currency was coming down, and pound and UK was very unstable at the moment because when UK is unstable, we have to reduce the interest rate so that you allow people to borrow money. And when you reduce the interest rate, pound is supposed to go down. But at that moment, I think pound was keep going higher and higher. So he decided to short that. He didn't just do it one, he also do it on some emerging currencies as well. Let me just show you. GBP on USD. When you study things like that, you get to repeat it again. Okay, let me just show you if 1990. Yeah, that's kind of what happened. In 1992, this is when the pound crashed, cable crashed big time. So in 1990, 1992, 1991, things was going really, really high. It becomes very unstable because the UK economy at that moment, it wasn't doing quite well. And the interest rate was we're kind of reduce the interest rate a little bit there. But the pound was keep going higher and higher. It was at all-time high. Can you see it was all-time high? He was using a strategy that what we use as well, which is at all-time high at that time. So he decided to short that. Okay, he went all in just to short that. And he becomes really famous, he becomes really rich, and forever he doesn't have to work anymore. It's just about one or two stocks, just doing one or two times, and then things doing really nicely, and life just get very easy. In 2008, pound crash as well. So yeah, aim for the highest and aim the lowest, and life gets really easy there. But he has got to be very patient there. Okay. And another currency he did it as well. Probably Thailand currency or South Korea currency. Very similar situation. Country gets very unstable. The currency of the country was very high, and government reduced the interest rate. But when they reduce the interest rate, the currency keeps going higher and higher, and he shorted that. When you reduce the interest rate, the currency of the country is supposed to come down. Anyway, so that's him. Just for you for introduction, Levy. This is one of his students. So he reduced Natura. Natura is a pharmaceutical. He reduced it a little bit. He get into XLF. XLF is a financial ETF, financial sector. He's probably losing money on this one. 7% on that. I only look at the top 5 because it's a smaller one. We don't really care so much. We want to see where he put a lot of his money into. Select. This is XLF. This is financial sector. Financial sector has come down because he didn't realize that Trump's going to come down to cap financial sectors at interest rate of 10%. Let's look at financial sectors a little bit. Yep, this is financial sector ETF. Is this one? Yeah, so since January it's been coming down, so he hasn't been doing well on that. Insmed, he reduced by 38%. This is RSP. This is S&P 500, but on an equal weighting. Okay, S&P 500 have many types. The normal S&P 500 that we look at, 50% of the times is given by the Magnificent Seven, the Tesla, the Amazon, the Netflix, and all of that. But there's another S&P 500 called the equal weight, which is this guy. The reality is you don't need to know all of this, but I'm just going to show you just for fun. Yeah, the equal weight. So not so much of technology stock, so it's been going up a little bit there. Okay, this is kind of the equal weight one. What is equal weight? Equal weight is like making things not so focused on the Magnificent Seven at equal weight. Okay, so that's what happened. Let's see. Where are we? Just loading there. So these are all good and fine. And because they are managing such a big amount of money, they can't really use our strategy where during extreme fear time, we just focus on some really, really powerful guidance stocks and you make 100%, you make 200%, you make 300% big time like that. So this week, so he bought the whole ETFs and this is pharmaceutical going down. He bought Amazon recently. Well, Warren Buffett sold his Amazon stock. Let me show you. Let's see. Yeah, Warren Buffett, Amazon. Where is Amazon? Yeah, Amazon reduced 77%, almost sold everything. But he owned less than 1% anyway, so it's not a very big deal. He owned a bit of land now, I just realized. I only look at the top 5, top 10 only. Okay, so one sell, one buy Amazon. So what do we do? So you have to wait for the nice ratios as well. You have the nice P ratio of Amazons as well. So, but all of these are just for interest, just so that you can see. But as you say, the best time to buy is where, or to make a lot of money, life-changing money out of so many things I have tried, is where you get in when, where we are at extreme fears, when markets crash around 10%. And then you go into some really, really powerful stocks like a lot of students get into Momentum, they go into Cradle, they get into like even Taiwan Semiconductor is good. Anyway, anything is more than 30% growth, you will see your money growth even quicker and bigger. Yeah. And these are we go into these big stocks, large cap stocks, when we already when we're just doing sector rotations. Okay, we're rotating the sectors because when you get to the elite level, you don't want to stay cash. You kind of want, if you already got, if you already got in, you've been with me for a long time, that's fine. But if you haven't got in yet, you want to wait. Okay, you wait for the really nice time, the extreme fear, then you can go in there. So when you buy in later on, we don't stay cash so much. So let's say, for example, extreme fear last year, for example. Last year, for extreme fear, you bought a lot of the powerful guidance stocks, 30% stocks, you filter it very beautifully. So you hold it till extreme greed time. And that will be probably like July, August time. So you make 2, 3 times your money, 4 times your money. And then the next step forward, you want to look for another stocks that is P ratio that's quite low, you know. And this will be like you look at the next okay, next sectors, next industry, because the way we trade right now is very White House centric, it's very focused on what the Trump says. So what happened there is that in that situation, we were just because war is coming in and doing whatever gas, stuff like that. So we just swap it there, provided that the P ratio was quite low at that moment. And then once it's overvalue again, and then we swap it again, or we come back to our normal our our stock is growing very, very high. Yeah. So that's kind of what happened. But once you make quite a lot already, and then you will just split it into some really nice you know, ETFs, etc. Yeah, emerging markets ETF, the S&P 500 ETFs, once you make quite a lot very consistently already. But we'll guide you step by step kind of what to do and what happens as well. And yeah, when the time comes really beautifully as well. So let's have a look. So Rich is asking what is the world PE ratio, the world PE ratio matter because you want to buy something as a so for the cheaper one. When you see the PE ratio of a certain country is too high, they normally won't grow so much. Okay. Like for example, United States was not growing anything for the past 6 months. Yeah. And because it was quite expensive just right there. So yeah, so that's kind of what happened. Is it from rotation you move out of the US to other countries? Yes, when something is way overvalued as well, and then yeah, we do move it to other countries as well. Do you advise getting the Bitcoin Ethereum ETFs? Um, yeah, but you have to be at the right time though. Okay. I would say when the extreme fear and greed for the crypto reaches 5 again, yeah, by end of March, then it would be nice. Can you send me links? Cool, you can ask. Oh, nice. Cool. So yeah, so that's kind of what happened there and then as well. So right now markets are doing quite interestingly as well. And yeah, strongly recommend you to go to the guidance one by one to look for something that is increased quite a big time. So you kind of know what happened. Let's have a look. Stripe considering to buy PayPal, for example. You can see Stripe consider to buy PayPal. Let me show you something. If I type PayPal in here, you will make a lot of money if you just go to news here, you read it very rigorously. I will show you why. Look here. If you've done this vigorously, let me show you what happened. If you've done this vigorously, for example, yeah, on I don't know, on like here, February 23rd, okay, 22nd, for example, 22nd, opportunity to peer investor have opportunity to lead people, security, people substantial. Like February 23rd, for example, look at the time. February 23rd, PayPal said to attract takeover interest. Okay. If you read this yesterday, 23rd, what is it? Yeah, this is 24th. If you read it yesterday, 11:32, if you bought it PayPal already, you would have made big money like the world has never seen before. This is what PayPal says. Okay, this is what the news says on Market Screener. It says here, PayPal investor have, well, sorry, where is that? 23rd. But many things coming in. Let's see. PayPal said to attract takeover interest. Okay. And then PayPal attract takeover interest. PayPal draw takeover interest. PayPal draw takeover interest. This is like, 11 o'clock yesterday. The fear unknown, and then today didn't continue. And then they tell you the name now. Who is going to buy PayPal? Stripe might buy PayPal. Stripe might buy PayPal. You know? So, and if you really like that, if you do it already yesterday, PayPal is already at a very low PE ratio. Okay? Quite a cheap company already. That's what happened. Let me show you. So this is yesterday. Let me show you the time. So 11 o'clock. Uh, yeah, 11 o'clock will just be there. Okay, on Monday, yeah, 23rd. Market screener comes out. Okay, PayPal buys. No one cares. No one cares. And then toing, went up big time. And then it went up 10% yesterday. And then went up another 7% today. You can see 7% here. So 17% just like that. Yeah. So going to market screener is not a joke, guys. How do you go to it? Go to all news and click all news like that. That's it. And you just start. You just start. This is just, I just look at this right now, PayPal. And I'm just showing you right now. Yeah. I'm just showing you right now. Because if you don't buy PayPal, someone else is going to acquire, is going to buy the whole PayPal. It's going to be even big. Let's see. Like this is another money. Newmont to invest in 800 million in Argentino Cerro Negro. Now, when you read this, you want to read when it's the first time they say it. Maybe this is the 10th time they have said it already. So what happened? You type Cerro Negro. Type Cerro. Let's see. I think I've seen it quite a lot of time. Type Cerro Negro, yeah? So see if this is the first time they have said it. So Sonora, 23rd. Let's see if anything coming in. So anything. Okay, let's start the whole thing. Cerro Negro. Anyway, so to invest in 800 million in Argentina Cerro Negro. Let's see, what's this? Gold miner Newmont will invest 800 million. The investment will restart and expand, which aim to beyond 2035. This is too long, okay? This is too long. 2035 is too long. We want it to be tomorrow, okay? So let's go back. Because it's 2035, it's going to take a long time to split the money. So let's continue a little bit. So you just go here a little bit. I think there's another one on AMD as well. Oops. We don't just want to buy like that. You want to make sure their P ratio is quite low. Yeah, that means they are quite undervalued at a support line. Then we click the button. And PayPal was quite cheap. Yeah. And if you haven't owned any PayPal, buying PayPal right now as we speak a little bit is fine. You can put a 50 pound, you can put 10 pound, you can do on trading 212, you can do on like anything, a little bit like that. Or what if it crash? Well, let me show you what happened if PayPal crash. Let's say if they don't buy PayPal, yeah, it's nice to know what happened if it doesn't go to your way, okay? So that there's no fear. So look, PayPal is already the lowest in history, guys. It's crazy. 2000, it's a 10-year, the lowest in history when it first launched already. Okay. So that's what happened first for all. So it's the same valuation as that. So if you crash, okay, you crash, you put 100 pounds, you crash a little bit then. You know? And you're not gonna lose your money anyway because it's a stock. Stock low PE ratio stock is very difficult for you to lose your money, especially those as long as you're not buying at the highest PE ratio of that stock, as long as you're not buying like small cap stocks, like the hype stocks, then you won't lose your money. Yeah, time is your friend. So congratulations for a lot of you who decided that you want to go all in to learn how to do stocks and shares. Really, really powerful, really, really interesting stuff. It's gonna open your mind in so many things. Oh, it's very complicated. It's not complicated at all. It's it's not complicated at all. It might sound complicated, but it's literally not complicated at all. Um, it's like walking. Initially, it's a lot of walking, but you realize that less activity that you do, the less buying and selling that you do, the more money you're gonna make. That's about that. So where am I? So that's on market screener just right here. AMD, let me show you something about AMD. Crazy. So let's see if any news coming on yesterday on AMD. So this is prepare. Is it AMD? Okay, let's click AMD. So let's look at all the news for AMD. Let's start from 18. Okay. Let me show you something here. So equity, technology, how far AMD, there's no news. Like all of this normal. AMD, DSR, India, AMD to backstop, to set loan, all of that. So there's no news until 23rd. So NVIDIA. So suddenly 8 hours ago, and AMD and Meta announced expanded strategic partnership to deploy 6 gigavolts of AMD GPU. So basically, Meta wants to buy AMD GPU. But let's continue. AMD clean second supply deal, expanded strategic AMD partner. So the first time you know this news was around 7 o'clock 24, 7 o'clock in the morning. AMD is partnering AMD, Meta is partnering AMD to rapidly increase AI infrastructure. Agree, build on all of that deepening. So let's see what they say. Announce to power Meta. Okay, Meta today announced a 6 gigawatt agreement to power Meta next generation AI across many things. This agreement expand on many things. We are proud. Let's see how much money. We extended long term. In addition, as part of the thing, we expect this partnership to drive multi-year revenue growth. So this is not just for fun and to increase our earning per share. This is what AMD says. Together collaboration about AMD. So telling you a little bit of here and there, okay? So Meta is buying AMD, but it's nice to know how much, isn't it? So let's look at the next news. So that's the first one, around 7 o'clock in the morning. Let's click on the next one. This is what 7 o'clock as well. Let's see. Okay, it's gonna buy 60 billion worth of AI chips, you know, sell it to me that. Jump. Okay. And let's go back. Let's go back. Okay. Cool. Let's start AMD and see what happens. So when they already give the money, we don't buy anymore, yeah? Do you remember? We only talk about when the money is coming. Okay. But anyway. So let me show you hourly chart, kind of what happened there. So it reacted at 12 o'clock. Let's see. Let's go 5 minute, 10-minute chart. Wow. You react at 5 o'clock. So 7 o'clock, when you know the news, 7 a.m. I think it's 7 a.m. Yeah. When you know the news, you have plenty of time to kind of get ready. 7 o'clock, right there. Okay? 7 o'clock. And it's always like that. It's always come back up. And if you miss these moves, let's pretend, you didn't wake up at 7 o'clock, you do it later. If you miss these moves, we always want you to wait for it to come back. Okay? So it has to come back here. So doing a pending order around 2020K, it's okay. Yeah. It's nice support lines as well. 20K is a support line there as well. So extreme field time. AMD growth rate, I think, is also 30%. Let's go to Finviz to see what's the growth rate. With that deal going on, 60 billion, the growth rate is going to be 30%. Let's have a look. AMD. This is one of the extreme field one. A lot of students already own these stocks. So EPS, 62%, 58%. So this is one of the extreme fear buying stock, yeah, for a lot of our students. So because it's 60%, the sales 34%, it's more, everything more than 30%. Lots of students already buy in April and then they will hold it till there. Okay, hold it till there. It's been the same since then. Okay, cool. And they make how much? Let's see. 4 times, okay, 400%. Cool. So another extreme fear come. AMD is a good one. Okay, write that down a little bit and remind me or ask me. Okay, so that's kind of what happened there. And yeah, go and do it vigorously, take your time a little bit and you'll be very happy, and give it a try and practice a little bit. If you're scared and stuff like that, just put it on. Yeah, let me show you how to do it. Go to news, go to all news. This is quite a powerful website because it gives some real time, faster than anything. I've never seen any news come faster than this guy. And there are so many news. There are Bloomberg, there are so many news, but I didn't see any news faster than this person. Yeah, it's quite interesting. Mm, we were talking about the Argentina just now, isn't it? Let's get Argentina. The zero thing. Okay, it's not there. Mm, mm, mm. Where is it? Let's go to the news again. All news like that. Pfizer get full FDA approval for combination of colon cancer treatment. Colon cancer is a top two death for men. Top one, I think, is prostate. I think it's prostate cancer. A lot of our students, bless them as well, also have this. But once they literally no kidding, once they achieve financial freedom, things start to get lower and lower. I think which I'm super happy and humble to hear about because they're no longer so stressed about their job. A lot of stress come from, not having enough sleep, stress about a lot of different things. But when you found another way to make an income, life gets really simple. But yeah, so Pfizer get, okay, let's find this. Pfizer get FDA approval. If it is at the bottom, then we'll be like, okay, if the growth rate of this company is good, if it's at the bottom, then we'll be looking at it. But if it is too high, then we wouldn't do so much. So it's already at the top. Okay. So it actually, let's see. Yeah, we want to make sure the growth rate is good as well. So at the bottom would be quite nice. But back test to see last time when they approved something, see kind of what happened. Accelerated for growth. I think there's another one combination under review and has been approved in several countries. Yeah, been a long time. But pharmaceuticals is a bit complicated because when you approve it, another companies approve it as well. So there's a lot of competition. So what Warren Buffett do, he just bought the whole pharmaceutical sector if they do well, rather than just buying one. Like Natura, for example, Stanley was buying them. When that I think this is doing DNA pregnancy tests for Natura. Anyway, Nancy Treasury AI chips Newmont. Let me see. This is old news. Okay, it's very, very old. So you have to, when you found it, you have to type it into market screener again to see when it was the first time they see it. China has not received any NVIDIA 200 news. Nothing going on. Goldman Sachs to move. We want to see people paying billions because it's good when people pay billions. Meta pay AMD billions. Meta was making a lot of money. Meta was growing, take their life to the next level. AMD also do well. Yeah, so we're looking for like how White House was buying a lot of stocks. I told you before. White House was buying Intel. Intel went up big time after that, and many, many things. Now, Best Buy Q4 faces downside risks. We want to go to the guidance again. Make sure guidance drop 30%. If it doesn't drop 30%, doesn't drop 10%, 20%, if it is low, it's not going to be huge. So page 2 a little bit. Crypto is now at 64. I told you before, in order to buy crypto, you have to see a volume spike. Do we have that right now? Let's have a look. If we have that right now, we can buy right now. If it hasn't got now, we wouldn't buy now. Let's see. So the spike has to be the same spike we have 250. Remember we talked about around 200 would be nice, 250 would be nice, 200. Every time it's spike is a bottom. Every time it's spike here is kind of like a bottom. So right now, wow, that's crazy. It's still very low, guys. No one is buying crypto. That's scary, guys. Scary. Wow, that means crypto might drop even further. Wow, I hope you're not panic. Let other people panic. So that's 64. Earnings, Costa, Mercado. The way we do it usually, using our week 4 strategies, we go to here and then we go to like topics, we go on to guidance. You just see any guidance kind of going on. Corporate finance, guidance increase, decrease, profit warning. It would be nice if they say a huge increase in guidance. Sales growth, sales decline. Let's have a look on that a little bit. Let's see if there's anything interesting looking at for Zeta, Spring, no doubt, Lapsun, Asia, Scanov, Brazil, expect EBITDA to grow. Can you see? Brazil team expect. Okay, let's see what is this. So Brazil expect their countries to grow. Let's see this. 6.5, 6.89, the EPS. It's very small difference, okay? Brazil team, the revenue grow 5%, grow 6 to 8, 4.4, 11 to 14. It's okay, it's okay. Brazil team. This is a telecommunication company. Domino raises guidance. Okay, let's look at Domino. Can we buy Domino pizza? It has to be huge though. What is this? Let's have a look. 6% growth. What about before? So we have to go to the website to look at what happened before. Yeah, interesting. Henry, Domino races concern. Monster. Strong Q4. Let's see what is this. Terminals races core earning target. What country is this? UK shares flat. Russian sanction. Mercanto. Let's see. There's a lot of companies releasing earnings. It's very difficult to open one by one. Anything we should buy and sell that in the chat box, guys. If you found it already. Forecast turn around to profit. Wow, let's have a look at this. Key issue, strong outlook. This is interesting. Expect revenue range. As home improvement downturn continues. Let's read that out. Okay, let's look at this. Now, this is a money making. Oh, give me a second. Cool, let's look at this. Keysight Technology issue strong outlook. They make it very clear for you. Let's have a look. Anticipate 2. 1. What about before? The growth of 30%, which is kind of what we want. What about before? Guidance doesn't reflect any Supreme Court decision to strike down President Trump tariffs. We highly encourage the strength, all of that. Revenue advances. Can't see what happened before. Yeah, to buy this, you kind of need to see what happened before. Okay. But it's interesting though. If it's really 30%, this could be one of those things to buy at extreme fear time. Let's look at this Home Depot. Guidance was still the same. They didn't drop the guidance, which is good. Sleeping home prices. Wobbly job market. AI is replacing a lot of jobs right now. Good news is a lot of you are already learning how to do trading and investing. So home delay remodeling, high interest rate. Okay. Dalipal. Forecast turn around. Expect a net profit of 10 million compared to the net loss in the previous year. See if they said this before. If they didn't say this before, this could be a nice buy. Dalipal. Let's look. Okay, it's not on. Too small. It's not on. It's not 9G. 9%. But what about before? Planet Fitness. Mercanto. Let's have a look at this. Premium revenue double from one. Okay, this is all in the past. Net profit is forecast compared with the net loss. Forecast means it's a guidance. So it's another very powerful stocks from losing money to making money. The company launch, approve, vape, or is a vape company, has been primarily transformational. It's interesting though. Mercanto. Almost double their revenue. Net profit. Okay, let's put on this as click buy for a second. Let's put it on first. Let's copy all this so you know what is going on. You have to plot it to see if it is increased big time like that. Let's go in Mercanto. Wow, we can't even find it. Why can't I find it? Interesting. Trading 212 IBKR probably have it. Not sure why they don't have it here. But it's double, guys. 1 to 2. This is 100%. We talk about our week 4 training is asking you to do 10%. This guy is 100%. It's huge. Not net loss to 150. Yeah. Losing to making. Grow 9% compared to the previous year. What's previous year? 371352. 20 divided by 37, less than 10%. Okay. So there you go. That's kind of what happened. Yeah. You skip it through one by one as you found you a real deal like that. Okay, let me make it easier a little bit. Let's just do, because I clicked too many, so too many things are coming in. Let's just do decreases. So there's no like too many. Let's look. Oops. Oh. Sit up for too long. HP warns US trade regulation. Up. Cost to wait annual forecast. FNB warns of 23% profit drop. 100% would be nice. Let's look at FenB. Expect challenging in the lower margin. Profit warning a little bit. Barclays. Lower their guidance. Let's see how much. Lowers its earning guidance. Victoria. It's a bit tricky to give names like that. Oh, changes so fast. Won. Usually we want the US. Okay, we done that the other day. 13. Wow, 13, 15, 16. Okay, let's see. Pixar Group 395, 400. Exactly. This is like no change, guys. No change. Lowest is guidance 29. Lowest is previous guidance 29. Earlier guidance 25. What is it? 29 to 29.5. Almost also no change. Yeah, no change. 29, 29, no change. Doo, doo, doo. Let's see what's this. Will provide. Not yet. Yeah, this is quite nice. Let's copy this thing. Short this. Because it's the 20% is cool. It's not as big as the 30%, but it's cool. And you plot it to see if it's decreased so much before, down 23%. Expect net profit to be down like that. Pretty straightforward, isn't it? When you see it's more than 10%, 20%, when you see it's never happened before, you just short them. Pretty simple. Especially when things has never happened before. Yeah? Cool. 16, 16. 18, let's look. We done this. Louisiana outlook. Just need to make sure the numbers are huge. Okay, let's do the last one, which is HP. It's the last one. Expect to be low end of the forecast. It's still very big. Low end is still very huge. So we can't do anything on that. Cool. So that's kind of what happened. And stay tight. Yeah. Stay tight. One of the best times is almost coming. I'm going to be back in London next weeks as well. So yeah, during Extreme Fear Sign for Apprentice, we're going to book for a 1-2 hour. We can do something there as well. That would be nice. So RJ, you sent me something. Let's have a look. AMC. You want to do AMC? Everquote. Okay, let's go Everquote. Doot, doot, doot. Let's see. I'm looking for guidance, RJ. Can't see your guidance. If it's good, we could do it. Let me type it on there. Everquote. Well done. Well done for typing. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I think it is no guidance. Oh yeah, there. 175 for the 185. Do you have that? Yeah. See how much is the change in guidance, and then we can do it. So 175, 185. What about the one before? And then we can do it. Our Exeson Al Patel. Let's have a look. Let's see. Analyst solid execution. What about the guidance? Let's see. Double digit growth again. Again means they have done it before. Between 5 to 5 to. What about the one before? We need to see one before. Uh, in the medium term, 15-15, underscoring a strengthened ambition compared to a previous outlook. It'll be nice to see what happened previously. This looks like a goodbye. Thank you. It looks like a good. This looks like a goodbye, but I need to know what happened before. Yeah. Now is 520. I need to know what happened before. What is very beautiful. If if it is not like massive, double digit growth just means it's like double digit. It's like 15, 16, 17, 18. That usually kind of what happened. Um again means last year is also the same. So it's not like never really happened before. And if it is things like that, it's much better to do it in extreme field time because it's not like something has never happened before. But it's nice. Well done. Let's go to the next one. Samana. For your level, Itori is good. Or even 212 is quite good. Bruno. Should you buy PayPal? If you want to be safe, you can wait for a pullback. I already own some PayPal, but if I want to be super safe, I will wait for a pullback. Now is, or do it immediately is fine as well, actually. So 7, let me see. But if the deal doesn't go through, might come down a little bit. But it's still very cheap already, I'll tell you honestly. So 4.5, 4.5 will be nice. Now it's 4.7. 4.5 will be nice. Pending order 4.5. But I would just click 4.7, just click it. It's easy. It's so cheap already. Where am I? Oh, chat box. Awesome. That's very good for you already, Lux. Awesome. That's it for now. That's kind of what happened. Put this on. How many? Fenby, Mercato, what about another one? Even the one before was quite okay as well. Yeah. Cool. That's kind of what happened. Next week when you come, let me know. Send me some guidance stocks that increase or decrease big time, and do it immediately, and you will see it. Awesome. Doing really well. You're welcome. David saying thanks, you're welcome. Michelle saying thanks, Donna saying thanks. Wow, a lot of people stay till the end. How come so many people stay till the end? What are you guys trying to get from it? Powerful, powerful, really powerful. Very, very proud of you guys. Very, very proud. Gavin's Kazakhstan, Liu, Musaka, Stan, Shireen, Dr. Shireen, Sam, hope you are doing well. Patrick, hope you are doing well as well. Send me a text. Gavin, awesome. Eric, hope you are doing incredible. Wow, so excited for you. Cool. You're welcome. Oh, Kim is Kimpota, nice. Jay, Sean, you're welcome. Like saying thank you. Awesome. Harriet, awesome. Al, Patrick, Louise. Hope you guys have a nice one. What platform? Let's see movies. What platform have the lowest commission and dealing fees? Out of so many, I would say IBKR, but they are very difficult to open. They are so difficult to open because I've gone through so many questions. Yeah, but when they ask you, are you experienced or not, you have to say you're experienced because you come to the best training course in the world. So obviously you're very experienced compared to people who's been trading for 20, 30 years. So that's what happened. I'm aware I close the deal, I might be charged. Charging a fees is fine. Sometimes they do charge you a little bit of tiny, tiny piece of fees, Muse. Mel saying, thanks, you're welcome. Awesome. You're welcome. Very, very nice. Jack, long time. Sharing Eve. Johnny waiting for big things. We shall say could only. How many wish do I have? It looks like I have a lot of wish here. Awesome. And they act in a very similar way. Also very beautiful. I love this. Nice. Beautiful. Awesome. That's it for now. Speak to you guys soon. Safe flight, cold weather. Yeah, weather is a bit cold. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Kim, well done. Nisha, hope you are doing well. Give it a try. Bye.